Hello fellow team leads, and welcome to Optimizing Operations, comparing solutions for modern digital teams. In this series, we're cutting through the noise to find the tools that truly empower us to build resilient, high-performing teams. Today we're kicking things off by defining a foundational player in the observability space, Dynatrace. You might think, oh, another monitoring tool? But Dynatrace, for us as team leads, is far more than just a dashboard for metrics. It's a holistic intelligence platform designed to simplify the complexity of modern cloud-native environments. What does that really mean? It means it unifies your entire stack, from user experience, through applications, to infrastructure, and even third-party services, providing comprehensive observability. It's not just collecting data. It's understanding what that data means for your operations, and, critically, for your team's efficiency. Imagine you're leading a high-performance pit crew on race day, where every millisecond counts, and every team member needs precise, real-time information to execute flawlessly. That's our central analogy. And Dynatrace is the advanced communication system, ensuring every mechanic, engineer, and strategist has exactly the insights they need to perform at their peak. It transforms raw data into AI-driven insights, often identifying issues before they even impact users, drastically reducing your mean time to resolution. You might be feeling the pressure of constant firefighting, right? I've seen teams, buried under alerts from disparate tools, spend hours correlating logs, only to find they're chasing symptoms. Dynatrace flips that script by giving us a unified, contextual view, moving us from reactive scrambling to proactive problem resolution. This means your team can focus on innovation, not just incident response. Ultimately, for team leads, Dynatrace isn't just about spotting problems. It's about building predictable service reliability and gaining a strategic edge. By providing a single source of truth for performance and operational health, it empowers us to make data-driven decisions, allocate resources effectively, and measure the impact of our changes with confidence. It mitigates risk, improves service quality, and directly contributes to a healthier, more productive team environment. Think about the impact on team morale when they're no longer constantly battling unknown issues, but proactively optimizing systems. This level of insight allows for continuous improvement, not just in technology, but in our team processes.
But how does it stack up against other options?
We'll dive into that in our next scene. As team leads, we're constantly evaluating tools. We've defined Dynatrace's core value, but now let's get analytical. How does it stack up against other solutions when we're focused on raw operational efficiency and the measurable impact on our teams?
It's not just about features, right?
It's about how a platform fundamentally changes our day-to-day and our race day success. Think back to our high-performance pit crew. Every second counts. Other tools might give you individual gauges. Engine temp here, tire pressure there. They provide data, sure, but often in silos. Dynatrace, on the other hand, is like the unified command center, instantly correlating every piece of telemetry, from application performance to underlying infrastructure health and user experience, into one coherent, actionable story. It's about proactive problem identification, not just reactive troubleshooting. This integrated approach, with AI at its core, automates much of the manual data correlation and root cause analysis that often bogs down our engineers. I've seen teams wrestle with disparate monitoring tools, spending precious hours stitching together logs, traces, and metrics manually. This friction creates blame games, slow mean time to resolution, and ultimately, frustrated engineers. Dynatrace's strength lies in transforming that chaotic data into precise answers. It frees your team from data wrangling to actually solve problems faster, reducing MTTR, improving deployment success rates, and driving up service reliability, which directly impacts our KPIs. It's not just monitoring. It's an operational nervous system that empowers every member of our pit crew with real-time insights to perform at their peak. It enables true workflow automation, from alerting to automatic remediation actions, creating a self-healing operational posture. So how does this translate into concrete team challenges and solutions? Let's explore that next. As team leads, we often find ourselves wrestling with a constant barrage of operational issues, a never-ending cycle of fires to put out, right? Dynatrace steps in precisely here, transforming these chaotic struggles into predictable, manageable workflows for our dev, ops, and SRE teams. Let's really dig into how it solves some of our most persistent headaches. First, there's the pervasive problem of alert fatigue and the endless noise from disparate monitoring tools. You've probably been there. Sifting through hundreds of alerts a day, many of them false positives or irrelevant, desperate to find the one critical signal buried beneath the avalanche. This isn't just annoying, it directly impacts our mean time to resolution, or MTTR, because valuable time is wasted chasing ghosts instead of fixing real problems. Dynatrace's AI-driven approach is a game-changer here, intelligently correlating events across your entire stack. It doesn't just show you an alert, it surfaces the precise root cause, cutting through the noise to give your team only actionable insights. Then, when an issue does surface, we often face the dreaded blame game. Dev says it's ops blames the network, SRE points to the code, and meanwhile, our customers are suffering. It's like a pit crew, where everyone has their own wrench, but no one has the blueprint of the entire car. This fractured visibility paralyzes teams, leading to frustratingly slow resolutions and eroding team morale. I've seen teams transform their operations with Dynatrace by establishing a true single source of truth. Suddenly, Dev, Ops, and SRE are looking at the exact same data, seeing the exact same dependencies, and collaborating effectively because the system itself identifies the problem's origin, not guesswork. This unified view is absolutely critical for orchestrating a high-performance pit crew, ensuring every team member has real-time insights to perform at their peak, minimizing downtime, and maximizing our service's uptime. Finally, many teams struggle with reactive operations, only addressing performance gaps after they impact users. It's a constant uphill battle against slowdowns, bottlenecks, and unexpected spikes.
Dynatrace addresses this by shifting us from reactive firefighting to proactive optimizations. Its automatic baselining and anomaly detection capabilities mean it understands your system's normal behavior, flagging deviations before they become critical incidents. Imagine being able to see an emerging performance bottleneck in testing, or predict capacity needs weeks in advance, rather than scrambling to scale up during a peak load event. It gives your teams the foresight to fix issues before customers even notice, ensuring continuous performance assurance. This kind of proactive stance not only improves reliability, but also frees up valuable engineering time. And that's just the start. In our next scene, we'll dive into the practical aspects of implementing Dynatrace and integrating it seamlessly into your existing workflows. We've talked about how Dynatrace can solve some of your team's toughest challenges, but the real question for a team lead is, how do we actually get it running smoothly within your team's unique operational rhythm? It all starts with a strategic approach to implementation, much like a race team meticulously planning every pit stop. Your first step isn't just installing software, it's a careful discovery phase. Understand your current architecture, identify key services, and define what success looks like. Then, map out a phased deployment. Instead of a big bang approach, consider a staggered rollout, perhaps starting with a non-critical application or environment. This minimizes risk and builds confidence. And don't forget governance. Define who owns what, establish naming conventions, and outline clear operational procedures from day one. This foundational planning ensures Dynatrace becomes an integral part of your high-performance pit crew, not just another tool. Next, let's talk about connecting Dynatrace to your existing toolchain. Because let's be honest, you're not starting from scratch. You might be thinking, how do I avoid yet another monitoring silo? The power of Dynatrace lies in its open APIs and SDKs. These aren't just for developers. They're your bridge to integrate with virtually any system you already rely on. Think about your CI/CD pipelines. Dynatrace can inject performance checks directly into your builds, shifting quality left. Or your incident management platforms, like PagerDuty or ServiceNow, receiving rich, context-aware alerts automatically. In real systems, this shows up when teams leverage Dynatrace to enrich existing JIRA tickets with performance data, making problem resolution significantly faster, because all the critical context is right there. It transforms disparate tools into a unified operational command center. Finally, let's look at the ongoing best practices that ensure your team truly adopts and leverages Dynatrace effectively. It's not enough to deploy, you need enablement. Invest in structured training for your developers, operations, and SRE teams. Create internal documentation that's easy to access and understand. Establish feedback loops to refine alert policies and dashboard configurations. Tailor custom dashboards for different roles. A developer needs different insights than an operations engineer, right? These personalized views, coupled with refined alert policies, ensure every team member gets precisely the information they need, when they need it, without being overwhelmed. It's about making Dynatrace a natural extension of their daily workflow, fostering proactive problem solving. But how do we know if all this effort is truly paying off? That's what we'll explore next. Alright, we've integrated Dynatrace. But now comes the crucial part for any team lead: proving its value. It's not enough to just collect data. We need to define, track, and report on critical key performance indicators that clearly demonstrate Dynatrace's effectiveness across performance, quality, and cost. Think of it like this. Just as a high-performance pit crew chief relies on specific telemetry to gauge the health of their race car and the efficiency of their stops, we need Dynatrace to give us precise, actionable metrics for our digital operations. This starts with pinpointing the right performance metrics that truly matter to your team and the business. You might be thinking, we collect so much data already, how do we make sense of it? Or even know which metrics are the right ones? This is where Dynatrace truly shines, moving us beyond raw data collection to actionable analysis. I've seen teams struggle with overwhelming dashboards, drowning in a sea of metrics that don't tell a coherent story. With Dynatrace, we can consolidate disparate data sources and automatically correlate events, transforming raw logs into clear insights about service availability, transaction response times, and error rates. This isn't just about identifying problems, it's about understanding the impact and the cost of those problems. Dynatrace helps us track things like mean time to resolution, MTTR, more accurately, or even the cost of poor quality by showing how issues directly affect user experience and, ultimately, revenue. It allows us to build customized dashboards that reflect our service level objectives and indicators, giving us an instant pulse on our operational health and highlighting areas where we're performing at our peak or where we need to adjust our strategy. Ultimately, defining and tracking these metrics is only half the battle. We also need to effectively communicate this success, translating technical performance into business value. Dynatrace enables automated value stream reporting, allowing us to show how every sprint, every feature release, directly impacts those critical KPIs we've established. This fosters collaboration, ensuring business stakeholders understand the why behind our operational improvements, not just the what. This process of defining, tracking, and reporting isn't a one-time event. It's a continuous cycle of improvement, much like fine-tuning a race car throughout the season. By leveraging Dynatrace, we empower our teams to move beyond reactive firefighting to proactive optimization. But how do we get everyone on board with this new way of working? That's what we'll explore next. Strategies for team adoption and workflow integration. We've seen how Dynatrace helps measure success. But none of that matters if your team doesn't adopt it, right? Seamless integration into daily operational and development workflows is crucial. This isn't just about installing software, it's about a cultural shift. First, you need to cultivate a culture of observability. This means aligning Dynatrace's capabilities with your team's strategic goals from day one. Show them how it streamlines their work, reduces alert fatigue, and enables faster problem resolution. Just like orchestrating a high-performance pit crew, Dynatrace ensures every team member has real-time insights to perform at their peak, minimizing downtime and maximizing output early. Tailored onboarding and training, focused on their specific roles and pain points, will turn skepticism into engagement. Start with a pilot program, identify early adopters, and let them become internal advocates. You might be thinking, how do I make this part of their routine, not just another tool? The key is iterative rollout and deeply embedding Dynatrace into existing daily rituals. Integrate its dashboards into your daily stand-ups. Use its root cause analysis and retrospectives, and make its data the common language for discussions. I've seen teams transform by identifying internal Dynatrace champions, developers and operations engineers who genuinely grasp its power and can mentor others. They're your force multipliers. Empower them to provide self-service analysis and integrate Dynatrace with your existing tool chains, be it Jira for ticketing or Slack for alerts. Make it frictionless, not a burden. Finally, to sustain this momentum, you need continuous learning and feedback loops. Provide ongoing education paths, from advanced features to new use cases. Create dedicated channels for feedback on Dynatrace's usage, ensuring team members feel heard and see their input drive improvements. Most importantly, celebrate every operational win attributed to Dynatrace. Faster incident resolution, smoother deployments, improved user experience. This reinforces its value and fuels further adoption.
Review and adapt your Dynatrace usage regularly, keeping it aligned with evolving team needs. It's a living system, just like your applications. But even with the best strategies, challenges will arise. In our next scene, we'll dive into overcoming those common operational hurdles and misconceptions. Alright, team leads. We've covered strategies for adoption, but even with the best intentions, hurdles inevitably emerge. One of the biggest misconceptions I see is the set it and forget it fallacy. You roll out a powerful solution like Dynatrace, provide initial training, and assume your teams will just adopt it and become masters overnight. But successful adoption isn't a single event. It's a continuous journey, especially with sophisticated tools that redefine how your engineers operate. Ignoring ongoing education, failing to adapt to evolving team needs, or underestimating the sheer human element of change management. These are critical pitfalls that can derail even the most promising technology implementation. Then there's the challenge of tool sprawl and information overload. You might be thinking, we already have so many tools, how can we add another? This is where the integration strategy becomes paramount. If Dynatrace just becomes another dashboard in a sea of disconnected monitoring tools, your teams will feel overwhelmed, not empowered. They'll revert to what's familiar, leading to resistance and underutilization. I've seen teams, much like a confused pit crew with too many conflicting gauges, slow down operations because they don't know which data source to trust or how it connects to their specific role. Effective operational excellence is like orchestrating a high-performance pit crew. Every team member needs real-time, relevant insights to perform at their peak. Dynatrace isn't about adding complexity, it's about consolidating clarity. Finally, a common failure mode is not clearly articulating the "what's in it for me" for individual engineers and the clear return on investment for leadership. If your development team doesn't understand how Dynatrace directly simplifies their debugging or how it speeds up their deployments, they won't fully embrace it. If leadership can't see a clear line between Dynatrace adoption and improved service reliability, faster innovation, or reduced operational costs, securing future investment becomes a battle. Mitigation here means focusing on specific, tangible use cases for each team and relentlessly tracking KPIs that prove value. Without that clear connection, even the most powerful tool can gather digital dust. Understanding when and how to leverage those strengths effectively is key. And that's precisely what we'll explore in our next segment, a decision framework for Dynatrace. As a team lead, navigating the crowded landscape of operational tools can feel overwhelming. You need to cut through the marketing noise and objectively assess what truly delivers value for your team and your unique challenges. This isn't about simply picking the flashiest tool. It's about aligning a solution with your core operational gaps and strategic objectives. Is it about real-time, full-stack visibility, or do you primarily need basic metric collection? Are AI-driven root cause analysis and automated problem detection non-negotiables? Or are you comfortable with manual correlation across multiple dashboards? These fundamental questions form the bedrock of an effective decision framework, ensuring you make choices that genuinely optimize your team's performance, not just add another tool to the stack. Now let's zoom in on where Dynatrace truly flexes its muscles. You might be thinking, my current setup handles some of this. Why change? The difference often lies in the depth of insight and the automation of intelligence. Dynatrace excels in complex, highly dynamic environments. Think microservices, multi-cloud architectures, serverless functions, where traditional monitoring tools simply can't keep pace. It's like orchestrating a high-performance pit crew. Every member needs real-time, precise information to perform at their peak, minimizing downtime and optimizing every millisecond. Dynatrace provides that holistic, real-time intelligence for your entire pit crew. In real systems, this shows up when a critical business transaction slows down. Instead of engineers spending hours correlating logs, traces, and metrics from disparate tools, Dynatrace's AI pinpoints the exact service, line of code, or infrastructure component responsible within seconds. This proactive, automated root cause analysis drastically reduces MTTR, frees up valuable engineering time, and transforms reactive firefighting into strategic problem-solving. While other tools might offer pieces of this puzzle, Dynatrace's unified platform approach and AI-powered insights are its core differentiators for mission-critical operations. So how do you make this decision objectively? First, quantify the true cost of your current operational gaps. The hours spent on manual correlation, the impact of outages on customer experience,
the missed innovation cycles. Then, evaluate solutions like Dynatrace against these quantifiable needs. Consider scalability. Will your chosen solution grow with your ambitious roadmaps? What about integration with your existing CI/CD pipelines and ITSM tools? Don't shy away from a phased adoption approach, perhaps starting with a critical application or team to validate the ROI before broader rollout. This allows you to mitigate risks and gather tangible proof points tailored to your environment. Weigh immediate needs against future-proofing, and always involve your key engineering and operations stakeholders in the evaluation process. With this structured framework in hand, the next step is to put it into action, translating strategy into a concrete team plan. We've journeyed through the intricacies of optimizing operations, comparing solutions, and highlighting where Dynatrace truly excels. Now, as a team lead, your focus shifts to action, to converting these insights into tangible improvements for your team. The first step is to establish a clear operational roadmap. Think of it like mapping out your race strategy before the pit crew even touches the car. You need to identify critical services, define success metrics, those KPIs we discussed earlier, and then, importantly, allocate specific team members to champion Dynatrace adoption within their domains. This isn't just about installing software. It's about embedding a new way of working, a new lens through which your team views system health and performance. By doing this, you start orchestrating that high-performance pit crew we talked about, where every member is primed with real-time insights to perform at their peak, minimizing downtime and maximizing efficiency. Next, empowering your team with the right knowledge is paramount. You might be thinking, my team is already swamped, how do I add more training? It's less about adding and more about integrating. Dynatrace offers extensive resources through Dynatrace University, comprehensive documentation, and a vibrant community forum. I've seen teams leverage these by dedicating specific learning sprints or knowledge share sessions, where experts can deep dive into a feature and then cascade that understanding to others. For instance, tasking an SRE with mastering the service level objective (SLO) features, and then leading an internal workshop can dramatically accelerate collective proficiency. It's about building internal champions who can drive adoption from within, making sure everyone can interpret those crucial real-time insights. Finally, the true long-term value comes from cultivating a continuous learning and sharing culture. Implement regular operational review cycles where Dynatrace dashboards are central to discussions, not just during incidents, but proactively. Encourage your teams to document their findings, create shared knowledge bases, and openly discuss challenges and solutions. This isn't a one-time setup, it's an ongoing evolution. By embedding Dynatrace into your daily rhythm, you ensure your operational excellence isn't just a goal, but a lived reality. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into optimizing operations with Dynatrace. If this discussion resonated with you, please hit the like button, share your biggest takeaway, or any operational challenges you're facing in the comments below. I read everyone, and to stay ahead in the world of digital operations, subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell. For a deeper dive into Dynatrace strategies and to access more resources, you'll find the link to our full playbook in the description.